Hey everybody, Mac to Monster, back with Marvel Heroes, and this time we got Jean Grey up on the chopping block. They just did a quality of life pass, or so they call it anyway, on her. And I didn't really see all too many changes with her. Maybe a few damage numbers. It's really hard to say. They got rid of one of her defensive skills and just gave her a 20% damage negation and some defense on her in replacement of that damage absorption shield she used to have. And it seems like they're phasing out that damage absorption, and really that's why they did this. So I have a new build for her. We're going to call it the Dark Phoenix now, going back to the Dark Phoenix build. And we'll get right into it. Now I have all my points for Jean Grey, so I'm able to do points all around. So what I'll do is I'll tell you where you should dump the rest of your points, even though I got all my points into that skill. So we'll start off with 20 points into telekinetic throw. So we're going to specialize in the Phoenix, and this is going to change when we go into the Phoenix. And telekinetic throw is going to, instead of actually it's going to give me, I'm in the Phoenix form. So this is going to allow us to pierce all enemies in its path, and it does a great amount of damage. And its critical and brutal strike chance is plus 10%. Great skill. We're going to use Crushing Telekinesis. It's her signature skill. Fun to use. It's got 5 hits, does good damage. Makes you invulnerable for a couple seconds while the skill's going on. It's on a 20-second cooldown, so you can use it quite often. And, you know, might as well have it. It's a great skill. We're going to use Psychic Lethargy. This does damage twice per second, slows and snares enemies. It's very good. Causes vulnerability, so they take extra damage, 10%. And it lasts 10 seconds when you put it on the enemy. It's pretty phenomenal. We're going to use Telepathic Detection, 20 points in there. Gives you damage rating, critical hit rating, critical damage rating. Restores 6 spirit, plus 1% of your maximum spirit when you critically hit or brutally strike. So, you know, spirit becomes less of an issue for sure. Neural Panic. This controls enemies and causes them to attack each other, which is awesome, but it also does energy damage as well. So it's kind of a control, and it does damage as well, and it terrifies the enemies for 5 seconds, so it's pretty useful for controlling enemies. We're going to do 20 points into Dark Phoenix, and this is going to allow us to pick a specialization, and we're going to pick the Phoenix Cosmic Avatar specialization. So 20 points in the Dark Phoenix gives us, replaces powers when you cast it with rank 20. Well, this will be ranked different, but right now it's rank 20. Dark Phoenix powers. Dark Phoenix powers deal 125% normal damage. You're immune to crowd control. Dark Phoenix, Phoenix Force cost is 5.3 per second. So once you build up your Phoenix Force, we got a new Phoenix Force bar right here. It starts to drain 5.3 a second. So you basically got about a little less than 20 seconds worth of Phoenix Force. And basically that's it. And our specialization, Cosmic Avatar, gives us toughness, and you gain 7 spirit when you hit an enemy affected with psychic lethargy. So again, spirit becomes 0 issue. Now, a lot of things happen. First off, what happens is telekinetic throw has a greater critical hit and brutal strike chance. And that's that 10% that's on there already. And that's the only skill that we use that's affected by Cosmic Avatar. but really we want that spirit when you hit anyways. So Phoenix Inferno, we're going to do 20 points in there. That's going to give us damage twice per second. And it lasts 10 seconds. This doesn't stack with Kinetic Wave, so it's one reason why we didn't take Kinetic Wave. And finally, you're going to put 1 point in Telekinetic Flight if you want the flight. If not, the rest of the points go into Unleash Phoenix. And the reason why is because this is now a defensive skill. It's got a little bit of offense to it with attack and movement speed, but really the rest of it's defensive, so it's not as important as the rest of the skills. And this gives you 20% damage negation, which doesn't go up with points per spent, and that's the biggest thing you get out of it. It gives you maximum health, regeneration of health per second. It gives you defense rating, projectile deflection, and attack and movement speed. And then on death, it does a big AoE that regenerates 100% of your health and spirit and makes you invulnerable for 2.5 seconds. So it's pretty good. And then when you toggle it on, obviously you're in Phoenix form. So with the skills on my bar, I don't know why this came off, but let me make sure nothing else changed on my bar. Nope, that's right. I have the Unleash Phoenix on my slot 1 because I don't have Telekinetic Flight. If I wanted Telekinetic Flight on the bar, all I would do is put Phoenix form on a different bar, and then I can take Telekinetic Flight and put it on rank 1. Because we're not going to be casting Phoenix form again, so it can be on a different bar. I put Telekinetic Throw on my left mouse button. I put Phoenix Charge on my right mouse button. And then the first thing I drop down is Neural Panic, so I can gain control of the enemies. I then drop down Psychic Lethargy. And then I drop down Phoenix Inferno, so I can start getting back my spirit, because I'll be hitting targets again with affected by Psychic Lethargy, so I'll start getting spirit back. And then I'm still pounding them with Telekinetic Throw. If they're anything heavy, I'll hit them with Crushing Telekinesis. And then I'll just use that rotation all the way through. And then when I hit a boss, I'll use the entire rotation, but I'll hit Dark Phoenix, and I'll burn everything down with Dark Phoenix, and I'll save all my Phoenix Force until I hit the boss, because it should be all built up by the time you hit a boss. So you should have 100% Phoenix Force going into a boss. If not, make sure you have it, and then that's it. So going into gear, artifacts, I have some lower level artifacts that should be pretty easy to get. I have a Power Prism Shard. Seeing how everything but Telekinetic Throw is AoE. You know, Neural Panic, Psychic Lethargy, Phoenix Inferno, Crushing Telekinesis. I got a Power Prism Shard. This increases the power radius. It's minus the spirit cost. I'm not really worried about the spirit cost, so it's plus 10 power radius. 212 crit rating with area attacks. Got Pluvian Superconductor. This one kind of sucks, so I could definitely have a better one on there. I've always got damage rating to area powers. I got a Dr. Octopus Medallion. This one kind of sucks. I have better ones now. I should probably replace this one too. But it's got critical hit rating to area attacks, power radius, damage rating, and plus 2 to all powers. Pretty good. I got a Magneto Was Right t-shirt. I got this one for like two blessings on the trade market. So if one doesn't drop for you, you can always buy one pretty cheap. But this one's got critical hit rating, damage rating with ranged powers, everything's ranged, damage rating, and brutal strike rating with critical hit rating. It's pretty good one. And I got Advanced Phoenix Feather. These are pretty easy to get. That's got energy damage rating, and it revives you again if you die, so you got 2 revives. I got a pretty good pet, plus 3 energy, plus 1 to range powers, 3% damage rating, 2 range powers. So It's a good pet for her. This is just this is a Cosmic Control Rod. It's not leveled. I just got it so you can see what I would use as a legendary. I don't play her too much, so I never leveled out a legendary for her. This is a Relic of Lemuria. I always gave my guys Relics of Lemuria from long ago when they were really good. I'd probably use either range damage or area damage, some kind of damage buff relic that would work for her. I have Jean Grey's all-new X-Men costume. This one has health on it, and it's got a 3-to-1 core, 3,000 health, 100 spirit, and medkit use. The 3,000 health more needed than the spirit, and then 364 health when you hit an enemy on it, so it's pretty good core. And then it's got health on it. If I was going into a raid or something, that would all be crit. And then, let's see, I'm using Insignia of Archangel. When I hit an enemy, 5% chance to stun them. When I land a Brutal, I gain, well, this is kind of bad for her, but it's got range powers and 72 spirit. Definitely replace that. 124 brutal rating, damage rating, area powers, 687 health. River of the Soul and a defensive Uru. Then I got Gloves of the 12, 969 damage rating. While in Phoenix form, you have 36% chance when you hit to burn the enemy for 5,000 energy damage twice per second. Stacks 3 times. 230 brutal strike rating, 1,000 brutal damage rating, 220 critical hit rating, 1,180 critical damage rating, +2 energy, +2 ranks to all powers, +4 ranks to all Jean Grey's telekinesis powers, and that's pretty awesome. Time Traveler's uniform. This has got 2,700 defense, 373 damage rating, 10% radius, power radius, 2,400 health, 78 spirit, not really mattering with spirit, +2 fighting. When you hit with an energy power, gain 2.1% chance to avoid attacks. When hit with a mental power, gain 6.2 missile deflection. +1 ranks to all powers, +2 ranks to all Jean Grey's telepathy powers, +3 ranks to Phoenix Inferno, +2 ranks to Unleash Phoenix. That's pretty good. We got the Battle of the Atom Chain Belt, 1,380 defense rating, 252 damage rating, 50 spirit, 11.5% power duration, 1,300 health, 1,000 critical damage rating, 1,100 brutal damage rating, +2 to all powers, +3 ranks to Jean Grey's telepathy powers, +3 ranks to Dark Phoenix. That's awesome. 1,610 brand calfskin brutes, 1,400 defense rating, 427 damage rating. Everything's got damage rating on it now. That's pretty good. They adjusted all her uniques. It's got 5.4% attack speed, 275 critical hit rating, 202 brutal strike rating, 1,800 health, +2 ranks to all powers, +1 to, or no, none of those affect us. So those are alright. McCrane Nexus Mask, 1,400 defense rating, 1,400 health, 380 brutal strike rating, 1,200 brutal damage rating, 255 critical hit rating, 1 intellect, 4% base damage versus bosses. That's awesome. +1 rank to all powers, +3 ranks to Jean Grey's Phoenix powers, +2 ranks to Jean Grey's telepathy powers. So that's pretty awesome in itself. And that's all her kit. I mean, standing alone, well, without the pet, you get 9 energy, so pretty awesome. And we'll go destroy Cosmic Dr. Octopus. That's basically what's going to happen. Let's see. We have the bounty hunter set up. Okay, sometimes that turns off when you zone. You gotta make sure your specialization stays up. Oh, Omega Horde. As you can see, she's still a trash killer. And let's see, we got our bounty chest reward. We're also full of Phoenix Force. And he's that easy. You basically annihilate him in the Dark Phoenix form. So that's it. Jean Grey, the Dark Phoenix. Very powerful. Always good. If there was any improvements actually done, they worked well. Other than that, good as always. So I hope it helps. Hope you guys enjoyed, and talk to everybody real soon.